I live in my car because the cost of living in America is just too high. So I keep.
Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about people can't afford to pay rent now they're living in cars. So more and more people are being pushed to live in their cars because they simply can't afford to pay rent. Not because they're lazy or made bad choices, but because the system is failing them. So I've put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my truths.
I live in my car because the cost of living in America is just too high. So I get questions like this, like what am I going to do if my car busts? Which I feel like is a weird way of phrasing that. But if my car does break down, I'll just get it fixed. And if it's a repair that costs more than $1,000, then I am just going to get rid of the car and then move to Europe and start a new life there. It's pretty simple. I have nothing tying me down to America. I also bought a block of cheese. This is medium cheddar. I've never had it before. But yeah, I have no anything tying me here to America. No friends, no family. So I could just like start over anywhere. And I just want to explore the world and just live life every day. How do I open a block of cheese? This is... But cheers, everybody. We're going to make a grilled cheese later. But instead of using bread, because I don't have bread, I have tortillas. So, yeah, I think I'm going to make that for dinner since we have cheese now. This is really fire. What other questions do you guys have? But again, this is your sign. I know some of you guys are young. Don't have kids. Live life. Be happy instead.
I've been living in my car for approximately about 6 years. I gave up my home to bring my dad home from a nursing home, and unfortunately he only made it a month, and I've been homeless ever since. Trying to find a place is just about impossible to the point where you kind of give up.
And you said you had Section 8, but you couldn't find a place.
Yeah, I had Section 8, and I had a home I'd been in for almost 6 years that I gave up, like I said, to bring my dad home. I didn't have any idea that he'd be passing so soon. And when he passed, I went ahead and reapplied for HUD, and it took about a year, and I got HUD again, and I looked, and I looked, and I looked, and finally my voucher ran out. We stay in our cars. Me and my daughter stays in her car. We tried putting a tent up. My hands are disabled, so for me, having to pack up and take it down every day, it's just too hard on me. So my car's little, and it's me and my big dog, but my dog's my protection. You can't sleep with the windows up in this hot weather.
Right.
And I don't hear anything. There was a guy arrested out here last night next to my car. I never heard anything, and I was awake.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of scary. For a lot of us, we don't choose to live this way. You know, it's not pleasant. It's not fun. It's hard, and especially if you're disabled or older. That people judging everybody because of the ones that are terrible, it's really not fair. All of us aren't like that, you know.
Right.
Some of us work, some of us have jobs, you know, just trying to stay afloat and to save money to get a place.
Right.
But it's not cheap to live out here. I mean, $3 a day for ice, you know.
Right.
But the only thing, me and my daughter pulled together because can't afford to go eat out, you know, and I have a little stove that I cook on, and we make it work. Is it easy? No, but we make it work.
Right.
It could be worse. We could be without a vehicle.
You're 67. This is not how you should be
I
spending.
never dreamed that I would be in this situation. If I'd known that my dad wasn't going to live, then I probably would have kept my place and just stayed with his place and kept my place. But you don't know, you know.
Right.
And I thought I was doing the right thing. And I still think I was doing the right thing because he did get to pass it home, and that was his wish, and I had promised it, and I was able to keep it. I don't know if I can make it another winter. You know, I've ended up with a blood infection from being out here from a little tiny scratch. That almost cost me my life 2 years ago. So now I'm afraid to go near the rivers, you know, but I'm just hoping that it gets better. I don't want to say it can't get any worse because it can. I could lose my car, my dog. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be in a home before winter.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
For my daughters to both have security in a home, and for myself to have security in a home. For maybe people not to be so judgmental on everybody. You know, stop and talk to them, find out people's stories. You know, some of us are really good people. You know, I've done speeches before the Rotary Club, Chamber of Commerce years ago, and, you know, I've worked all my life. I'm not a bad person.
almost twice the federal minimum wage, and I am still thousands of dollars below the poverty line. I am homeless. I live in my car. I cannot afford to rent an apartment. I can hardly afford to live in my car. Food is expensive, and it's tough times, you know? I work 40 hours a week. I am not in an entry-level position. I am in a skilled position. I make twice the federal minimum wage, and I am poor. And if that isn't the most late-stage capitalism thing, if you want to buy me a meal, my Venmo's in my bio.
Everybody, my name is Tyler, and after it being outpriced of the rental market, I have moved into my car, and I wanted to show you around. Starting with my bed, it is a 2-inch memory foam mattress topper with about 4 layers of blankets and carpeting underneath that as well. I have my pillows up there. Here is where I keep my food. It is in the cooler here. I have a dry storage in the front as well. I keep my water supply on the side of the cooler here. Moving over to the side of the car, this is where I keep most of my clothing, and my belongings are all organized underneath this blanket, and I use the top there as like a table when I'm inside the car. Moving to the front of the car, this is where I keep my dry storage in that cooler right there. I keep my books over here, my trash can, my wet wipes, and then I have this cup holder here for my Uber Eats orders when I have large Uber Eats orders, and I do Uber Eats full-time here on the road. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.
Good morning, I'm Jamie. I'm homeless. I live in my car. I'm disabled, and I'm here at my much anticipated spine specialist appointment. I'm extremely nervous because I read his health grades. Should not have done that. They are reviews on a website for doctors, and they were not good. People have said he spent like 5 minutes with them. So let's see. I hope my experience is different, but my expectations are very low. So let's go. And I have my MRI this time. It smells like some kind of strong perfume in here. I'm very sensitive to smells, and I do not like it. I'm waiting for the doctor to come in. He said it's muscular, and he wants to give me steroids again. And I've already taken steroids, and I've taken 2 muscle relaxers. Hasn't worked. I'm gonna hold it together. I literally corrected this man because he said that there was nothing wrong. I said, well, the radiologist said that there's a disc that's kind of protruding into the spinal column, and it's impinging on 2 nerves. He said, there's no pinched nerves. There's nothing like that. He said, don't listen to the radiologist. Listen to me. Radiologists just sit there and read things all day. I just can't. I'm just so annoyed. I'm sorry for ranting, but this is people's lives. We just want our lives back. He said, I'm going to prescribe you physical therapy and steroids. I said, that's great, but another doctor already did that because my PCP prescribed me steroids, prescribed me 2 muscle relaxers. None of it worked. And I'm in PT right now. So I'm just going to continue with that. Say my prayers. Hope everything works out for the best. I'm losing my faith in doctors. Living with a chronic illness and chronic pain is just so defeating some days. And I'm just being real, and I'm being honest right now. I know it's going to be okay. Right now, I'm just in that moment of feeling defeated. I don't know what I'm going to do. And centered. There's a smile. It's back. Your girl's going to go get some comfort snack or something because I hadn't had an appetite for 5 days. I finally got my appetite back yesterday, and I want to eat something right now. I want to tell you guys this guy's name because he's a quack. His name is Dr. Craven, and he's at Advanced Orthopedics in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Avoid the man. Okay, I got food, so I'm a little more rational now. I was hungry. I've never had that before. That's good. I figured a grilled cheese would be pretty calming. I think I'm right. Y'all, I mean it. This is good. Y'all been gatekeeping this grilled cheese from Starbucks. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew I was okay. All right. Love you.
Guys, I'm just here also to share my true sense, what you think about today's video. Okay, people are living in cars because they can't afford to pay rent. Let's take a step back and really think about this. We have been told that if you work hard, stay out of trouble, and do the right things, you'll be okay. That you'll be able to afford a decent place to live. But for millions of people, that's just not the case anymore. You can have a full-time job, even two jobs, and still make enough to cover rent, food, and basic bills. Rent prices are rising far faster than wages. And what we used to be considered a starter job is now a forever hustle. We are talking about teachers, nurses, delivery drivers, retail workers, single moms, students, and even the elderly, all sleeping in their cars at night, parking behind gyms for access to shower, or sitting in 24 dinner trying to stay safe. It's no longer something that only affects other people. You might even know someone going through this. You just don't know they are because the shame and stigma keep them silent. And let's be real, there is a lot of shame around this. Society often claims homelessness has more failure, but how do you morally explain an economy where rent for one bedroom apartment in a city is $2,000, but the average person working full time makes 2,800 a month before taxes? You do the math. After rent, utilities, gas, car payments, student loans, foods, there is really nothing left. One flat tire, one emergency room visit, one layoff, and you're out. You're in your car, or worse, you are on the street. The people living in their cars are not just statistics. They are people with dreams, degrees, families. Some are saving money while trying to escape abusive relationship. Some are fresh out of college and crushed by debt. Some are elderly, unable to retire, priced out of housing by going up rent and gratification. This is not a choice, it's a survival. And let's talk about safety. Living in your car is not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Women especially face constant threats of harassment, assault, or theft. People sleep with knives or pepper spray on their laps. They move locations every few hours to avoid being noticed. Imagine trying to go to work or school after sleeping cramped in a freezing or boiling car all night. Barely able to rest, constantly anxious, someone will knock on your window or worse. What's word is that many cities have now criminalized sleeping in your car. Let this sink in. You can't afford rent. You do your best to find legal, safe space to sleep, and now you're being fined or arrested for that too. It's vicious circle, and it is happening in rich countries, in rich hubs, in neighborhoods with $6 coffee shops, 5,000 apartments. At the same time, we see hundreds of empty buildings, vacant luxury condos, and unused land sitting there while people sleep in their vehicles with frost on the window or sweat pouring down their backs in the summer heat. The problem is, it's not that we don't have space, it's a housing has become a luxury asset instead of human right. It's about profit now, not people. And I think what hurts the most is how invisible these become. If you don't look homeless, if you have clean clothes, a phone, maybe even a job, people assume you are fine. But so many are silently struggling, hiding their reality, afraid to ask for help. And the saddest part is some of them have already asked. They applied for housing, they have been on wait lists for years, but nothing changes. We can't keep in ignoring this. It's not just a them problem, it's a us problem. If the cost of living continue like this, if wages don't rise, if rent control is not enforced, if government don't step in, we are all one life crisis away from the same reality. Now I know some people will say, well, they should just move into cheaper place. But let's be real. Cheaper places are often hours away from where the jobs are, and the public transportation is not always reliable. Plus, the cost of moving itself can be more than a month's pay. Not to mention, cheaper places are becoming more expensive too. The affordable places are disappearing fast, are taken by the people. They're also the main total. Living in your car day after day robs people of dignity, of privacy, of stability. You can't rest, you can't plan, you just surviving, not living. It wears on your spirit. It's hard to hope for a better future when every night is a battle for safety and warmth. But here's what gives people hope. People are starting to speak out. Some are sharing their experiences online. They are humorizing the face of homelessness. They are showing that you can be smart, kind, hardworking, and still get caught into this mess. And that matters because the more we talk about it, the harder it becomes to ignore. So, what can we do? First, we need to stop judging. If someone is living in their car, that doesn't mean they failed, it means the system failed them. Second, we need to push for policy changes, rent control, more affordable housing, livable wages, better mental health support for people. Third, we need to support each other, which is very important. And the other thing is we need to support the grassroots efforts, mentor aid, food banks, programs that gives car drivers access to safe overnight parking, restrooms, showers, and everything. And finally, if you're someone watching this who is living in your car or on the edge of it, I see you. You're not invisible, you're not alone, you're not worthless. You are surviving. You are human. Something incredible, hard, and your story deserves to be told. Please hang on, please reach out. There is no shame in struggling. The shame is on the system that lets this happen. Okay. So a lot of people are failing to speak out. So thank you for listening today. If you found this video helpful, if it spoke to you, share it. Let's bring more awareness to this issue. And if you ever experience housing insecurity and feel comfortable sharing your story in the comments, please do. You never know who might help you. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and take care of yourself. Bye bye.